Hey YouTube, the Pokemon World Championship starts this weekend and it coincides with what is going to be probably one of the better GBL focused events this season. So I'm going to go over very quickly the World Championships, but we're going to focus on the event and why you need to start grinding because there's a lot of chances to get good GBL Pokemon. Why Mienfoo is one of them, I do not know, but let's go over it. Anyways, August 16th to 18th, it's in Hawaii. There's going to be the championship, so they're going to be doing that. You can watch it on Pokemon Go Twitch and Pokemon Twitch channel for the different events. There's going to be potential codes if you're watching it to get like swag and in-game stuff if you care about that. We don't care about that. We care about the event. So Friday, August 16th at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, August 20th at 8 p.m. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, basically 5 full days. There's going to be basically a celebration of the World Championships with an event that's really focused on GBL Pokemon. So a new costume Pokemon, fine. Event bonuses up to 5 special trades per day. That's cool. And you can use a Charge TM to help a Shadow Pokemon forget frustration. I mean, I don't know how valuable this is right now because we just had a Rocket event that may still be going on, or is it not over yet? When does the Rocket event start? Last week. Okay, so it probably is over, but it was on last week, so you probably already did it. But if you forgot, now's the time. But wild encounters, yes. I'm just going to say what you focus on. Literally everything. Because you have Annihilate, Lickitung, Azumarill, Clodsire, Altaria, Talonflame, Carbink, Chargebug, and Toxapex. Those are all meta-relevant Pokemon. Some more than others, right? Don't get me wrong. Some of these are more relevant than others. Right now, again, you should get all of them because you don't know what's going to happen with the potential move changes next in September. If you want to only focus on a couple, what are like the 3 to 5 strongest? Annihilate, Mankey should be number 1 because Annihilate is the best fighter in this meta. I would argue Chargebug is number 2 because I think it is the best electric in this meta. And then number 3, you can argue either Azumarill or Lickitung. I would prefer those as number 3. Again, everything else is still valuable, but I just think those are probably the top 3 in the current state of the meta. We'll go over the rankings just to look at this, just to confirm, but should not be surprising. Field research tasks. Again, Mienfoo's on here because I don't know. If you want to spend $5, you can get a time research for a premium pass, 25,000 Stardust, and Azumarill, Cresselia, Vigoroth, and more. Raids, 1 star, the 2024 Pikachu and Mienfoo, and then Lickitung, Galarian, Stifus, and Diggersby. Again, when you're doing raids, you don't really want raid IVs for GBL. Lickitung you can kind of get by because it's almost level 50 anyways at those IVs, but the other two, not so much. And then a bunch of Shadow in the raids. So new Shadows compared to last week. Wooper's the same. But like again, if you don't have a Shadow Gligar is in raids. Shadow Dragonair, so Dratini's in raids. Shadow Magnezone, again, all relevant Pokemon in GBL and all relevant Shadow Pokemon in GBL, right? And Shadow Sableye, so you can get a Purified Sableye. So this is actually very smart because you have Pokemon on here that you do need the Shadow for better. Shadow Magnezone, Shadow Dragonair, Shadow Dragonite, Shadow Quagsire, Shadow Gligar. All extremely relevant, better Shadow Pokemon than the non-Shadow. And then you have Shadow Wobbuffet, you need the Purified for the return. And then Shadow Sableye, you need the Shadow Sableye for a Purified return too. So, like, let me just clap for Niantic. This is probably one of the smartest things I've seen to give people access to Shadow Pokemon that they otherwise do not have access to. So really good, really smart. I like it. If you catch a Lickitung, it'll know Body Slam. That's a legacy move, so that'll just save you a Charge TM. Elite Charge TM. Mienfoo, High Jump Kick. Okay, I've now seen 1 Pokemon ever because it is an absolutely useless Pokemon. But if you want to evolve Pokemon during the event, so you can evolve to learn the legacy moves or community moves, Aqua Tail on Quagsire, Moonblast on Altaria, Volt Switch on Charjabug, and Incinerate on Talonflame. So that is great. New avatar items. If you care about those, Pokemon Showcase. And then there's a GBL boosted weekend here, Friday to Tuesday. So again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That is 5 days where you get to do 100 battles. So you get to do 100 battles per day. And there's usually, free battle themed time research will be available. Rewards include a wig. And then there's probably, Pokemon will have a wider variance. So much like raids, GBL encounters have that sort of 10 floor. That 10 floor will be rid of this, which means that you'll more likely to have opportunity to catch GBL IV Pokemon from your encounters here. Luckily, it is all 4 leagues: Great League, Ultra League, Master League, and then Catch Cup if you want to do that. And then if you want to spend a bunch of real money, here's some stuff you can spend money on, which we're not doing. Okay. So again, huge. Again, we can go to rankings. I kind of already told you what you need to focus on, right? Okay, let's talk about Carbink, because I didn't even talk about Carbink in the top 3. I said Mankey, Charjabug, and then I said Lickitung or Azumarill. And then you're going to go to the rankings and Carbink's number 1. So you're probably like, what are you talking about? Carbink is number 1 because it does the best overall against the majority of Pokemon in the Great League. However, it does not do the best up against the majority of the Pokemon that are meta in the Great League right now. So, is it worth grinding Carbinks for XLs? Yes. Does it still have play in this current Great League meta? Yes. Is it potentially going to get better if they shake up the meta? Yes. Is it number 1 ranked right now? In my mind, no. Not when you have basically almost every single one of these Pokemon that can beat it. Registeel. Annihilate would be close. Skarmory doing double super effective with Steel Wings. Feraligatr super effective Hydro Claws. Mud Boys like Quagsire just walling it. Gligar even as a flyer being able to hit with Dig. More Mud Boys. Empoleon with Steel Wing Hydro. Clodsire as a Poison Ground. Like there's too many, like out of the top 20 Pokemon, like 15 beat Carbink. So that is why I ignored it. I know it's ranked number 1 overall. I know it's got a insane amount of bulk. It's got a lot of strengths for it, and it will maybe get better if some of this meta shifts. So definitely go after it. If you're looking at the current state of the meta, I know there's only 2 weeks left. Carbink should not be number 1 ranked. But Annihilate is up there. Again, I talked about the shadows. Let me just show you. Quagsire, I just did this in the Cresselia video last week. 7 versus 27. So again, Shadow Quagsire much better. Gligar, 9 versus 19. Shadow's better. What else did they have in the raids here? Magnezone and Dragonair, Dragonite. So Dragonair, 37 versus 50. Dragonite's probably the same, 78 versus 108, 105. And Magnezone, the only one that's not true here, but people would argue Shadow Magnezone's probably better anyway. So those Shadows way better. And then for the Purified Sableye, you need that Purified with Return as opposed to the Shadow. So get that Shadow, Purify it to get Return. People ask, can you run Power Gem? I've already done analysis on this. No, Return is significantly better than Power Gem. So you need that Return to make Sableye useful. So definitely focus on the raids to get those Shadow Pokemon that you need. Definitely focus on the catching pretty much everything, right? So again, I said Charjabug because it's the best electric. So it's ranked 48, but when you actually put in electric, there's only Lantern ahead of it. So, and that's running Water Gun now. If you actually run Spark Lantern, it's lower ranked. So pure, just like electric, it is the top ranked electric. And then, like I said, Annihilate is the top ranked fighting Pokemon at number 3 overall. At number 3 overall. Way above Medi now. And then Poliwrath down at 32, I would say is best next. And then there is, I said Azumarill or Lickitung. And there's your Azumarill at number 10 and Lickitung at number 11, right? So I would prefer those two over Carbink in the current state of the meta. But one thing that you should notice with a lot of these Pokemon I just mentioned, Carbink, XL, Azumarill, XL, Lickitung, XL, Sableye XL, right? You need a lot of XLs for these Pokemon. So it's a good opportunity to start catching and grabbing some of these XLs for these Pokemon because they are much needed overall. Mienfoo? I don't... Okay, what is the... So here's Mienfoo as an XL, and here's the evolution of it. It's ranked 785. I guess it's getting a new move here. What is it getting? Is it the Mienfoo that gets the high jump? Yeah. Mienfoo caught during the event will know the charge move high jump kick. So it's not even the evolution. It's just the Mienfoo. So which we looked at this, it's 961. Why is it so garbage? Okay, here's why it's garbage and why this does not matter overall. 143 attack, super high attack, super low defense, and stamina. So it's a glass cannon. And so from the stat perspective, it actually is a good stats product for a glass cannon. Your terrible defense, terrible stamina, terrible overall, but a 143 attack is quite high. So it is truly a glass cannon, and it has a stat product for a glass cannon. That's great. Why does it suck? It sucks because its moves are absolutely terrible. You have low kick and pound, which are two of the worst fast moves in the game. Low damage per turn, low energy per turn. So you're not even charging fast or hitting hard. You're doing neither. You have one hard hitting nuke at 75 energy, but you're a glass cannon, so you're rarely ever going to get there. And then you got two absolutely brutal 40 energy, 48 damage, brick break, and low sweep. Fighting typing, I mean, you're just weak to flying. I don't care about the typing as much. It's just like your move set is the worst I've ever seen, potentially. With the evolution, you get a couple other options. You get more positives. So low kick is still garbage. Then you have poison jab. The thing with poison jab in itself is a good move. It's a good move when it's on a poison Pokemon. You do not get stab, same type attack bonus, on a fighting Pokemon. So the damage from poison jab is not going to be as good as it would be on any poison Pokemon. Your movesets, more options, right? Grass Knot, 50 for 90, not bad. Stone Edge, 55 for 100. It just does not offset what is even worse stat products for Great League. Even more attack, but even less stamina and defense. So this thing is... a gust of wind is going to knock this thing out, right? So it is one of the most classy Pokemon you'll see, and unfortunately the move sets don't offset it. So I have no idea why they are promoting this Pokemon here. My only thing is why it's so confusing and why it makes me hesitant to say ignore it is they've done such a good job with the wild Pokemon and the raid Pokemon. Like these wild encounters are perfect for the current state of the meta. These shadow raids are perfect for the current state of the meta. Mienfoo makes no sense whatsoever, and that scares me that they may be thinking about something in terms of different movesets and buffing it next season. So maybe catch a couple and have it in your inventory just in case it gets a crazy buff next season, because you never know. You never know what anything's going to buff. But that's like the only potential reason I can see why it is on this list with every other actual meta relevant Pokemon. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Otherwise, a really, really strong event for GBL Pokemon. Definitely go out and grind if you do not have them. Again, for people like me who's been playing since 2018, I have every single one of these Pokemon. I've done every one of these community days, and I have all these Pokemon for Great League and some for Ultra League as well. So not as relevant for me, but honestly, if you have not been playing, if you just started within like the last couple of years or don't have the XLs yet, this is a fantastic event. Definitely no doubt about that. So happy hunting. Good luck. If you don't have a lot of these Pokemon, also, what could make this better for you is that if you catch some of these Pokemon and evolve them, you may have a very meta team for the Catch Cup, right? because it's Great League, Ultra League, Master League, and Catch Cup. So if you don't have these Pokemon built up yet and you catch a bunch during this and then evolve them and play with them, you're going to have a super meta team in a Catch Cup that may not have those. Now, this is the first time that Niantic has allowed you to play other leagues here. So I got to imagine that everyone in the Catch Cup probably has meta Pokemon. If not, you're just playing Open Great League like everyone else will be. So just take that with a grain of salt. Anyways, that is it. Good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one.